Microchenko, and today we're going to discuss these 5 teams that are most likely to sell in 2023. Let's get right into it. Professional sports teams have become a hot commodity for the ultra-rich and ultra-elite. It's an investment, especially for the core 4 in the United States, that will almost definitely give you a return on investment and increase in value a ton. There's only 124 assets between the NFL, the NHL, NBA, and MLB, but I feel like for some reason there's been an uptick in teams being sold or exploring selling within the last few years. First, and I think most necessary to discuss, is the Washington Commanders. Owner Dan Snyder bought the team in 1999, and ever since that day, he has faced controversy after controversy, year in and year out. It's truly remarkable that he has remained at the helm for this long. Since day one, he was repeatedly pressured to change the original team's name to something else due to its offensive nature. I mean, it was literally a derogatory term used against Native Americans. I don't know how or why it was the team name to begin with, but here we are. After a signed letter with 87 investors and shareholders was sent to the team, the league, and league partners such as Nike, he was forced to change the team name. They retired the name in 2020 and lived as the Washington Football Team for about 2 years. And that's just the controversy with the mere name of the team. One of the most basic parts of the team they were facing a lawsuit over. They also faced defamation suits, environmental suits, workplace environment suits, and they have their poop pipes bursting at the seams year in and year out. Most recently, it was alleged that Dan Snyder and the Washington Commanders had 2 accounting books, one that they would report to the NFL and their fellow owners, and another that they would have for themselves. Basically, he was frauding the entire NFL and his fellow owners and screwing them out of hundreds of millions of dollars. So, with all of that drama, they have hired Bank of America to explore the selling of the team. Forbes values them at $5.6 billion, but Dan Snyder and those familiar with the situation believe that they can get upwards of $7 or $8 billion. It would absolutely destroy the record that was just set by Rob Walton and the Denver Broncos at $4.65 million this past offseason. And according to those that are familiar with the situation, Dan Snyder's not being forced to sell. But truly, I don't understand why pushing off the inevitable is their plan of attack right now. You know that Dan Snyder's going to be forced to sell at some point in the near future. Snyder should just exit, collect his fat payday, and go live on that Italian island that he was hiding by to avoid a congressional subpoena this summer. That entire situation is just insane, and something new comes out every day. Since hiring Bank of America, names like Jeff Bezos, Jay-Z, and most recently Matthew McConaughey have popped up as frontrunners for the purchase of the team. All of these people own, have owned, or are somehow strongly affiliated with a professional sports team in the past, so they have history. And who would you choose out of those 3 to become the new owner of the Washington Commanders? Truly, I'm not sure if Jeff Bezos can even purchase a team or be a part of a purchase. His affiliation with Amazon and the NFL could possibly create a conflict of interest. Now, not Thursday Night Football, I'm talking about Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services owns every single piece of data of every team, player, coach, anything imaginable with the NFL. They power next-gen stats. There's just no way that's not a conflict of interest to me. But with how the Commanders operate, you just really never know what's about to happen. But moving to the ice, the Nashville Predators are the next team that are up for sale. In fact, they already have an agreement in place. The Predators are in the midst of a slow sale that will eventually make former Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam the majority owner by 2025. According to Sportico, the Nashville Predators are valued at $775 million right now. And by the time the sale's over, they could be upwards of over $900 million. Less than 1 year ago, the familiar name in Fenway Sports Group purchased the Pittsburgh Penguins for a record $900 million. They bought it from billionaire Ron Burkle and former NHL GOAT and Pittsburgh Penguins legend Mario Lemieux. I'll actually have a new video coming out relatively soon about the story of Mario Lemieux and how he bought it. It's a really, really crazy and interesting story. Let me know if you're excited to hear about that. It's worth noting that there will likely be 3 NHL teams that change hands within the span of 2 to 3 years. The third team, the Ottawa Senators. The Sens have a very interesting story that you're about to learn. Since former owner Eugene Melnyk passed away earlier this year, the team has been owned and operated by his 2 daughters. The catch, though, his 2 daughters are 23 years old and 20. Anna Melnyk is my freaking age, 23 years old, and she owns an NFL franchise. But even better, Olivia, her sister, is 20 years old, the age of my younger brother. It's like if we owned an NHL franchise. That is insane. And understandably so, they're exploring their options. And really, this isn't a shock. I mean, the Senators have been rumored to be up for sale or relocation for quite a while now. And really, it doesn't come at a better time. During the offseason, the NHL team that had increased the most in value by percentage is the Ottawa Senators, something you may not have expected. And Sportico values them at $655 million, but things change, as I said earlier, especially because purchasing the Sens at minimum probably requires an arena change and possibly a relocation, which would hike up the price significantly. And there is yet to be any news on frontrunners for this purchase, but we saw Ryan Reynolds in the crowd today, so you never know. So let's round the final two bases and discuss the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels. The Baltimore Orioles quietly hired Goldman Sachs to explore selling the franchise, but there are a bunch of lawsuits to iron out before they can even begin that process. The owner of the team is Peter Angelos. He's a 93-year-old man that's in very poor health. So his one son Luis is currently suing his own brother John and his own mother Georgia to actually force the sale of the team. Luis contends that John has undermined their mother Georgia to improperly take control of the team and move them to Nashville. We're not really sure how accurate that is, considering the state of Maryland has recently upped their financial support and the team has been improving on the field, so it's likely they stay in Baltimore. Now, although it's not a given that they're sold in the nearest future, it's more than likely that they're sold within the next 12 to 24 months. And once they actually officially do go for sale, they'll be joining the Los Angeles Angels. Owner Artem Moreno has recently announced that he is seeking a sale of the team after his ownership for 20 years. The Angels are expected to be bought for about $2.2 billion if they really do go through with it. Just 2 years ago, my New York Mets were sold for a record $2.4 billion to now owner Steve Cohen. Steve has become a Lord and Savior in New York, so thank you. By the time the Angels sell, it's very likely that they surpass that number. It seems that almost any team that is sold within a major city in the United States ends up breaking a record one way or the other. According to John Heyman, a group of owners with the Golden State Warriors are most interested in pursuing this purchase. There's also another unidentified group in Hollywood and another one in Orange County. And with the spectacle that is Shohei Ohtani, I could very much see international bidders being a significant part of this sale. And that's not at all to discount one of the greatest players of all time on the team as well, Mike Trout. With the talent that's on this team and the possibilities in a city like Los Angeles, I think this is going to be one of the more fun purchases of a team on this list. Some honorable mentions on this list include the Chicago Bears, New Orleans Saints, and Los Angeles Chargers. And I know I didn't mention any soccer teams, it's just not my expertise. So if you want to learn more about soccer and international sports, let me know down below and I'll be sure to cover it in the future. And I most definitely will have content on it at some point, but let me know what kind of specific content you would like to see. Mike Kravchenko on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Mike K-Talk on TikTok. You can also check out my website down below for some more content from me, along with some other links and more information on the video as well, all in the description. Truly, thank you so much for taking the time today to watch and listen. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for more videos in the future, and let me know down below what kind of content you want to see. YouTube is likely recommending some good stuff on the screen, so make sure you check out other videos from the channel as well, and ring the notification bell to be in the know of all things sports business. Until next time, thank you so much, and have a great day.